All right, it's time for That Moment When. Haunted House album review. Yeah, very quickly, I'm very likely to have noise in the background, so I apologies. However, this might end up being an episode that I end up doing another review of anyway, or another album I might be doing another review of, like the album I previously reviewed, Somnambulist, which I gave a very high score that maybe won't hold up, especially because I'm about to give this a high review. Um, because I gave that album a 9. A low 9, but a 9. I also have started including, hopefully hidden enough that you have to click on it, but the album review scores in all the episodes so I can check them, because why not? And because I think that's an album that if I do stand on it, because again, I really like that album, it's a big deal. I'm somehow more okay with Headache having a higher score, but I also think Headache does something very, very unique. Which, to be fair, this does, or at least relative to what I normally listen to. Either way, this is an album that I, on first listen, did not like, except for Under the Stars, which I still now love. But on more recent listens, was like, okay, I'm understanding and getting this album now. And then I'd been hearing randomly singles for some reason from the other albums and was like, you know what? And funny enough, not Sublime Currency. Um, like specifically that never came up. And I was like, you know what? I want to listen to these albums again and I want to re-review these. And Haunted House is one of the ones I went to very early. I don't think this is a perfect album, but I have a lot of praise. A lot of praise, especially relative to the previous albums. Again, this is my opinion when I tier list or rank these or whatever, because I guess they're tier based, kind of, where 5 is average for me, and every tier above or below that is like the direct number. So a 7 is 2 tiers above average. A 7 is really pretty decent, right? A 5 is just fine, and a 3 might still have things to go away from it, right? Sublime Currency I do not like, even if there are little bits I do respect about it and like about it. On the whole, it's an album I don't like. I gave it a 3. Spoilers, I guess, for that album, and spoilers for some of the other abandoned pools, but like I gave I gave Armed to the Teeth a 5 because that album was kind of a mixed bag for me, but there was some stuff I really liked in it. I gave Somnambulist a 9 because I really, really like it and what it's going for, and there's very little I dislike about it. The one, and even the thing I quote unquote dislike is just one weird bar. This has one weird bar with the Goldilocks bar that I think is in Amazing Days. I'm not quite remembering, and I'm hopefully gonna remember because there's only 8 like normal songs in this album, which I think really helps. I also did, I think, for the first time, listen to the Compass 2024 version. I tried to go between the two versions. Yeah, I like this one more from what I'm under. Like, I didn't fully re listen to both of them back to back, but like just going to the start, I like the new version better, which is a lot because the original Compass song off of Somnambulist, I'm never getting that name right, is a really good song. I really like that one, but this one's the like strings in this album work for me, and I normally hate it. I like there are very few albums and songs I like it on. I think of Flashing Lights by Mr. Kanye West, which is the song I like the most out of his entire discography. I don't really like a lot of Kanye West songs at all. I'm very iffy on, and I don't, again, separating art from the artist, because I like Crystal Castles, and I still think Ethan Cath is still a terrible person, but doesn't change me liking that music. For Kanye, I just genuinely don't like that music that much generally. But either way, that is a song, Flashing Lights, right, where I like the use of the orchestral. There's a lot of songs in Demon Days that put me off by it. I really don't like the later songs in Demon Days. I've talked about that possibly a bit. I'll end up reviewing Gorillaz stuff eventually, maybe when I'm less sound sensitive, because there is a bit too much. As much as I love O Green World, it's a little too noisy. And there's some songs in there that are a little noisy. Still, I want to talk about this album. Um, I actually do like Aliens quite a bit as an opener. I think it's a really good opener. Um, I honestly don't have much to say. The vocal performance on this entire album is pretty great, with Under the Stars being a clear highlight, but like, it's really good. And all the hooks are just really good. Haunted House is one where I'm maybe the most mixed on it of all of the tracks, and it's not even bad. And this is the thing. The thing why my brain with this album doesn't want to like it, and it's a bias, is it sounds a little Disney core. And I use that word a lot, and I hate that I use that word. A bit theatric. This song is definitely the epitome of that. But I love the hook. Alone again, on again. Like, I don't know. I really like, and it's a little hard with the some of the instrumentation, but dang, that hook is good. That hook is so good. I really like it. And having the title track as the second track is awesome. That's my goat. Um, it's pretty rare that that happens. So cool. You had a title track as your first one. Now as your second. Cool. Where's my humanistic off of humanistic? Just kidding. Um, yeah, I don't know. I like the lyric. Oh, that's another thing. The lyrics, man, the lyrics. I like the lyrics on these tracks a lot. I don't think they're like incredible, but I think there are some parts that are genuinely really well written. There's a lot of like, mental health and romantic stuff that's in here that I actually was surprisingly sold on. Like, I normally am a little iffy, but between the delivery, the tracks, and especially stuff from his previous albums, I really like a lot of that kind of stuff. Amazing Days, I'm trying to remember if that's the one. I don't think it is. But like, I don't know what, but like, I do think that this song being "We're running around in a haunted house, wake up all the residents," it's very it's much it feels much more upbeat, and I do like it. Um, I don't know. I really like this song. Under the Stars is I don't know if this is my favorite song on the album, and that's purely because so many of these are really good, and especially Big Eyes. Ooh, Big Eyes. We'll get to Big Eyes. Um, oh man, it's very rare. I'm very, very particular about vocal layering and having multiple people singing at the same time. A lot of times I hate it, and this song hits my heart. And even from first listen, where I disliked every single other song in the track list initially, this song hit. And the features and just how it coalesces. The biggest issue, I think, it's not even a big problem, is that it's a little long, it's a little repetitive. It is the longest song in the album, but oh, it's so pretty. I feel lost. I feel human under the stars. Like, I don't know. It's so pretty. This is a really great way to go from Haunted House to the rest of the album, in my opinion. And I really like it. I love it, honestly. It's a fantastic song, and I will die on that hill. I don't care if the lyrics are a little too broad or whatever. I love it. I love it how it's performed. I love how it sounds. I love its placement in the album. This is a borderline perfect track for this album, and I am down for that. And it might not even be my favorite. Okay. I think I just finished gassing up Under the Stars. I just rechecked the Amazing Days lyrics, trying to remember. The one thing I also forgot is that there's a lot of general tonal stuff here that I think works better than a lot of the other albums that Abandoned Pools has done. I think that you have a lot of magic and stuff early on in this album, and then a lot more on mental health and things, and romance later in the album. And I think that those are things I, on paper, hate. Like, they are really easy to make really annoying or really lame. I think between the instrumentals and the vocals and the general tone and the tracks and lists and everything, it works for me. Um, but I didn't actually check. Yeah, okay. So Amazing Days is the song with the bar. with the Goldilocks bar, which I don't even know if I hate it. It's just it does feel a little out of place, but it's not bad, and it's sung well, so no real major problem. The puzzle locks. I do like how this one's performed, like pretty much all these other songs. Actually, yeah, I don't think there's a song. Again, Haunted House is the closest to being really annoying, but it's not. It just perfectly works for me, with that hook and everything. It maybe not perfectly, but very, very well. In Your House, this is one where it's a lot of stuff on the. Like I'm saying mental health. I don't really know. I'm not that smart, and the way I was interpreting it was a lot of being feeling like you can't do anything and that you are like, yeah, you're getting greeted by blank stares from prayers to like be able to do things in your house, and then a whole thing of like another failed romance thing. So I think it's a lot on like internalizing insecurities and things, and it's a, I don't know, it's just a really good song. This is a really great song, which is followed by another really great song, Big Eyes. If I'm trying to recall correctly, between this and Going South, like it's, there's a lot on spiraling out, trying to be there for someone, but also like I'll leave you be if you say the word, which is like a crazy sentiment. And again, after a song like In Your House, it's great. Like we're getting into a lot of more serious stuff. Yeah, it's with this, whimsical style instrumental, but I don't think it loses much. Shockingly, I really don't know why it works for me very, very well. And it could have very easily been bad. But all the 5 through 7 are all great tracks, and I like all 3 of them. Only So Many Days is another one. Very pretty. And yeah, I don't have much to say between those last 4, honestly. I like a lot of the lyrics and the vocals and the instrumentals. And then you have a really great version of Compass. I can't give it a 10, and I'm not going to. It is 8 tracks, and it is a tight track list. But dang does it work. And it upgrades a song I already loved to one I love more. It's hard. It is weird that it is where it is in the track list, but I guess that's kind of normal. I mean, multiple of these songs are stuck in my head right now. And I don't have much to say except this is really great. And for a decade off of music, at least in terms of abandoned pools, like it's been 11 years seemingly between albums, this is maybe better. I don't know if I want to say it. I'm feeling a 9. Feeling a 9. Can I give it higher? Am I allowed to do that? Is that insane? Because I know if I give it a 10, then Humanistic is going. I mean, Humanistic's already going to be a 10, but like, and I can't give it a 10. The amount of albums I'm going to give a 10 ever are very low, and it's ridiculous. This is again, I think it can't be a 10, but it can sure as hell be 4 tiers above average. I'm feeling a high 9. I'm feeling a high 9. That moment when I'm insane. I'm losing my stuff. I'm losing it. But high 9.